House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is asking the president to reschedule the January 29th primetime speech or do it through a written statement. Our Washington, D.C. Bureau reporter Samantha-Jo is on Capitol Hill tonight. And big question tonight, is this really something that the speaker can do?
Well, Tammy, the short answer is yes, and that letter from the House Speaker wasn't an ask, it was more of a tell. Now, the House Speaker typically does invite the president to the State of the Union address, but both chambers of Congress will need to pass a resolution to give it a green light. And now that Pelosi controls the House floor, she could hold up that speech indefinitely.
The government shutdown now jeopardizing the State of the Union address.
It is a huge logistical undertaking costing millions of dollars and thousands of human hours to get done.
A new power play from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling on the president to delay his address or just submit a report in writing if the shutdown isn't resolved this week, citing security concerns.
There's no need to divert important national security assets, our secret service, everyone that works for Homeland Security to that event that's kind of outlived its usefulness in many ways anyway. Let's not have that during a shutdown.
But some members of Florida's delegation believe Pelosi's move was purely political and that the address should go on as scheduled.
We can have all kinds of disagreements, even very difficult and very kind of vitriolic disagreements. But at the end of the day, we have to come together to resolve them, and the State of the Union is part of that process. As a new legislator, it is I think really a fundamental part of our Constitution.
The president Tuesday inviting some bipartisan members of the Problem Solvers Caucus to the White House. But some decided the trip to Pennsylvania Avenue would be a waste of time.
If we're not dealing with a good faith negotiator, negotiations become fruitless. He needs to show that he's willing to compromise a little bit on this for negotiations to be productive in any way.
While Democrats and Republicans remain at odds over how to break the logjam, hundreds of thousands of federal employees go without pay.
Let's, at the end of the day, lock ourselves in the room and get it done.
Now a bipartisan group of senators are asking the president to support a 3-week spending bill to reopen the government. Obviously, the White House is pushing back against that proposal. For now, we're live on Capitol Hill. Samantha-Jo, Spectrum News 13.